Hello and welcome viewers. You're watching In Depth with your host Kriti Mishra. Rare earth and critical minerals are vital for modern technology, enabling clean energy, advanced electronics and defense systems. Their importance stems from their role in making technologies smaller, faster and more powerful, while also serving as key components in electric vehicles, wind turbines, smartphones and military hardware. As global demand increases for green and digital transitions, ensuring secure and resilient supply chains for these minerals has become a major priority. They may not glitter like gold, but rare earth elements are the quiet force behind the world's clean energy and technological future. Hidden deep within the earth, these metals power electric vehicles, wind turbines, and the digital devices that define our everyday lives. As the world moves away from fossil fuels, it enters a new era powered by rare earth elements that are vital to achieving global climate goals under the Paris Agreement.
क्लाइमेट चेंज पर इस वैश्विक मंथन के बीच मैं भारत की ओर से इस चुनौती से निपटने के लिए 5 अमृत तत्व रखना चाहता हूं, पंचामृत की सौगात देना चाहता हूं। पहला, भारत 2030 तक अपनी नॉन फोसिल एनर्जी कैपेसिटी को 500 गीगावाट तक पहुंचाएगा। दूसरा, भारत 2030 तक अपनी 50% एनर्जी रिक्वायरमेंट्स रिन्यूएबल एनर्जी से पूरी करेगा। तीसरा, भारत अब से लेकर 2030 तक के कुल प्रोजेक्टेड कार्बन एमिशन में 1 बिलियन टन की कमी करेगा। चौथा, 2030 तक भारत अपनी अर्थव्यवस्था की कार्बन इंटेंसिटी को 45% से भी कम करेगा। और पांचवा, वर्ष 2070 तक भारत नेट जीरो का लक्ष्य हासिल करेगा। ये पंचामृत क्लाइमेट एक्शन में भारत का एक अभूतपूर्व योगदान होंगे।
The goal of limiting warming to below 2 degrees Celsius is becoming increasingly difficult, and reaching it will require a rapid shift to cleaner, mineral-intensive technologies such as electric vehicles, solar panels and batteries. Beyond green tech, they are equally vital for defense, aerospace and critical infrastructure. Yet their supply remains fragile, concentrated in a handful of nations. With demand projected to rise more than 50% by 2040, the race to secure, sustainable and diversified sources is accelerating. Invisible to most, rare earths are quietly powering the shift towards cleaner energy, stronger economies and a smarter and more sustainable world. Rare earth resources in India are reported to be 5th largest in the world. In case of rare earths, a long-drawn ecosystem in value chain is required to move from reserves to finished product comprising of large number of processes and plants. This includes obtaining statutory clearances, mining, mineral beneficiation, extraction, separation, refining in oxides, metal extraction and alloy making. Specific to RE magnet, one needs to convert alloy to magnet and thereafter application of finished product as motor in energy-saving appliances. While India has existing facilities from mining to separation and refining in oxide, it has also developed capability of metal extraction. But further industrial scale facilities need to be accelerated. India is actively seeking rare earth sources beyond China and developing domestic processing capabilities to mitigate future supply chain risks. India remains resilient amidst geopolitical turbulence, poised to be the fastest growing economy. With significant reserves and a new policy under the National Critical Mineral Mission, India aims to boost domestic exploration, mining and processing of rare earth metals. But what is the difference between rare earth and critical minerals? Rare earth elements are a group of 17 metallic elements that might sound exotic, but they're actually crucial to our modern technology. Unlike typical metals, These are typically found together in mineral deposit and share similar chemical properties that make them tricky to separate. Critical minerals, on the other hand, are a broader category defined by their strategic economic importance and potential supply risks. While all rare earth elements are considered critical minerals, not all critical minerals are rare earths. The key difference lies in their economic significance and the potential challenges in obtaining them.
Government of India launched the National Critical Mineral Mission in 2025 to establish a robust framework for self-reliance in the critical mineral sector. Under this mission, the Geological Survey of India has been tasked with conducting 1,200 exploration projects from 2024-25 to 2030-31. India aims to reduce the emissions intensity of its GDP by 45% by 2030, achieve 50% of its electric power capacity from non-fossil sources by 2030 and reach net zero emissions by 2070. To achieve these climate goals, the National Critical Mineral Mission plays a vital role by building a self-reliant and resilient ecosystem for critical minerals.
India, world's third largest consumer of energy, is moving towards a greener and sustainable energy landscape. Global climate obligations, lower dependency on fossil fuels, and the need to enhance energy security are the primary reasons for this shift. Green energy transition depends on critical minerals, key raw materials essential for the development of renewable energy technologies. Solar panels, wind turbines, electric vehicles, and energy storage systems use critical minerals. Over the past few decades, China has been the dominant country, exporting 60 to 70% of critical minerals to the world. This has made the world heavily dependent on China for critical minerals. To reduce dependency and aid the global supply chain, India has begun exploring these critical minerals to meet domestic and global demand as the world transitions to green energy. The Government of India launched the National Critical Mineral Mission in 2025 to establish a robust framework for self-reliance in the critical mineral sector. Under this mission, the Geological Survey of India has been tasked with conducting 1,200 exploration projects from 2024-25 to 2030-31. A committee formed by the Ministry of Mines in November 2022 identified 30 critical minerals, with 24 included in Part D of Schedule 1 of Mines and Minerals Development and Regulation Act of 1957, that is, MMDR Act of 1957. The inclusion of 24 critical minerals in Part D for the first schedule of the Mines and Minerals Development and Regulation Act means that the central government now has the exclusive authority to auction mining leases and composite licenses for these specific minerals. It also recommended setting up a Centre of Excellence on Critical Minerals to regularly update the mineral list and guide strategy. Critical minerals are essential for clean energy technologies like solar panels, wind turbines, EVs, and energy storage systems. To secure these resources, India has launched this important mission to ensure their long-term availability and processing. So what is the usage of critical minerals? Well, critical minerals are essential components of various clean energy technologies and industries. Their importance can be highlighted across different sectors. Solar energy. Critical minerals such as silicon, tellurium, indium, and gallium are vital for production of photovoltaic cells used in solar panels. India's current solar capacity of 64 gigawatt is heavily dependent on these minerals. Wind energy. Rare earth elements like dysprosium and neodymium are used in permanent magnets for wind turbines. India aims to increase its wind energy capacity from 42 gigawatt to 140 gigawatt by 2030, mandating a stable supply of these minerals. Electric vehicles. Lithium, nickel, and cobalt are key materials used in lithium-ion batteries. Under the National Electric Mobility Mission Plan, India plans to deploy 6 to 7 million EVs by 2024, leading to increased demand for these critical minerals. Energy storage. Lithium-ion batteries used in advanced energy storage systems depend on lithium, cobalt, and nickel. So what is the National Critical Mineral Mission? Well, the objective of this mission is to reduce India's dependence on imports of critical minerals and ensure self-reliance for high-tech industries, clean energy and national defense. The mission will cover all stages including mineral exploration, mining beneficiation, processing and recovery from end-to-end life products. The mission will intensify the exploration of critical minerals within the country and its offshore areas. The mission will adopt a whole-of-government approach, working closely with various ministries, public sector undertakings or PSUs, private companies and research institutions. A fast-track approval process will be established to expedite mining projects for critical minerals. Stockpiling minerals. This mission provisions to develop stockpiles of critical minerals that will ensure that India has sufficient reserves to meet future demands. International strategy. It encourages Indian companies to acquire critical mineral assets abroad and build trade ties with resource-rich nations. Infrastructure. The mission will establish mineral processing parks, promote recycling of critical minerals, and support research in related technologies, including the creation of a Center of Excellence for Critical Minerals. It encourages industries to establish processing units within India through financial incentives. It expands promoting innovations in individuals, startups and MSMEs to fund startups and micro, small and medium enterprises in the critical minerals sector. But what was the need for this mission? Well, the role of critical minerals in green energy transition is of paramount importance. Critical minerals are essential for solar panels, wind turbines and EVs and hydrogen fuel cells. Electronics and telecommunications, used in semiconductors, fiber optics and circuit boards. Defense and aerospace, required in missile guidance systems, aircraft and satellite technologies. Medical equipment, key component in MRI machines, pacemakers and other advanced healthcare technologies. India's dependence on imports. India heavily depends on China for 6 critical minerals, highlighting its vulnerability to supply disruptions. The 30% annual growth rate in lithium-ion battery demand driven by EV adoption makes this mission essential to support this surge. Global context. China dominates the global supply chain for critical minerals like lithium, cobalt and rare earths, refining over 60% of these minerals. The US, European Union and Japan have implemented policies to secure their own supplies. India needs a strong strategy for long-term access to critical minerals, making this mission crucial for global competitiveness. What are the recent developments related to critical minerals? Well, India has released a list of 30 critical minerals. These include important minerals like cobalt, copper, gallium, graphite, nickel, silicon, titanium, tin, tungsten, selenium and cadmium. Legislative amendments. The Mines and Minerals Development and Regulation Act of 1957 was amended in 2023 to streamline critical mineral exploration, resulting in the auction of 24 strategic mineral blocks. The 2023 amendment to the Offshore Areas Mineral Development and Regulation Act 2002 introduces a transparent auction process for offshore mineral rights, mandates composite licenses for exploration and production. Exploration projects. The Geological Survey of India has completed 368 critical mineral exploration projects with 195 ongoing in 2024-25 and 227 planned for 2025 and 26. Customs duty elimination. The financial year 2025 Union Budget removed customs duties on critical minerals to promote domestic production and encourage processing facilities. International collaboration. Kabul, a joint venture of the Ministry of Mines, acquired 15,703 acres in Argentina for lithium exploration and mining. Let's take a look at India's exploration efforts. Under this mission, GSI has intensified its exploration. In 2024-25 field season, GSI has taken up 195 projects, including 35 in Rajasthan, focused on identifying and assessing critical mineral deposits. The mission seeks to minimize import dependency by enhancing domestic exploration and mining efforts. More than 100 critical mineral blocks are set to be auctioned and exploration will be expanded to offshore regions. The GSI under the Ministry of Mines follows the United Nations Framework Classification Minerals Evidence of Minerals Contents Rules 2015 to carry out exploration activities for critical minerals. Earlier in 2021-22 and 22-23, GSI conducted reconnaissance surveys for rare earth elements. Additionally, the Department of Atomic Energy discovered around 1,11,845 tons of in situ rare earth elements oxide in Balotra in Rajasthan. To speed up projects, a fast-track regulatory approval system will be introduced. A new exploration license will encourage private sector participation. Recovery of minerals from secondary sources like fly ash, tailings and red mud will be promoted through relaxed rules and incentives. Efforts will also focus on trace mineral assessment, development of processing parks, and increased involvement of state governments and PSUs in the critical mineral value chain. India will invest in exploring and acquiring critical mineral assets in resource-rich countries. PSUs and private firms will be supported through funding, guidelines, and inter-ministerial coordination. Public-private partnerships will be promoted and infrastructure support will be ensured with MEA's help. Let's take a look at the acquisition of assets abroad. India, as we know, will invest in exploring and acquiring critical mineral assets in resource-rich countries. The key international initiatives include CABIL, which is an agreement between a state-owned enterprise in Argentina on 15th of January 2024 for lithium exploration, covering 15,703 hectares. CABIL also signed an MOU with the Critical Mineral Office, Department of Industry, Science and Resources, Government of Australia in March 2022. Due diligence is underway for selection of lithium and cobalt projects in Australia for strategic investments through offtake arrangements.
एक मजबूत माइनिंग और मिनरल सेक्टर के बिना सेल्फ रिलायंस संभव नहीं है, क्योंकि मिनरल्स और माइनिंग हमारी इकोनॉमी के इंपॉर्टेंट पिलर्स हैं। अब रिफॉर्म्स के बाद अब कोल प्रोडक्शन, पूरा कोल सेक्टर भी एक प्रकार से आत्मनिर्भर हो पाएगा। अब कोयले के लिए बाजार खुल गया है। जिस सेक्टर को जब जितनी जरूरत होगी वो खरीदेगा। साथियों, जो रिफॉर्म्स के लिए और जो रिफॉर्म्स हमने किए गए हैं, उसका लाभ सिर्फ कोल सेक्टर को ही नहीं, दूसरे अन्य सेक्टरों पर भी पड़ेगा। जब हम कोल प्रोडक्शन बढ़ाते हैं तो पावर जनरेशन बढ़ने के साथ ही स्टील, एल्यूमिनियम, फर्टिलाइजर, सीमेंट जैसे तमाम दूसरे सेक्टर्स में प्रोडक्शन और प्रोसेसिंग पर भी सकारात्मक पॉजिटिव इंपैक्ट होता है। सौभाग्य से हमारे यहां कोल, आयरन, बॉक्साइट ऐसे कई मिनरल्स के रिजर्व्स एक दूसरे के बहुत नजदीक होते हैं, बहुत आसपास ही होते हैं। एक प्रकार से परमात्मा ने जैसे क्लस्टर बना करके रखा हुआ है हमारे लिए। ऐसे में हाल में ही मिनरल्स को लेकर जो रिफॉर्म्स किए गए थे, वो कोल माइनिंग रिफॉर्म्स के साथ जुड़ जाने से ये बाकी सेक्टर भी बहुत मजबूत हो गए हैं।
India aims to reduce the emissions intensity of its GDP by 45% by 2030 from 2005 levels and achieve 50% of its electric power capacity from non-fossil sources by 2030 and reach net zero emissions by 2070. To achieve these climate goals, the National Critical Mineral Mission plays a vital role by building a resilient and self-reliant ecosystem for critical minerals. The mission focuses on boosting domestic production, encouraging private sector participation, strengthening international partnerships, and streamlining regulations to ensure a steady supply of minerals essential for clean energy technologies. India's shift to green energy depends heavily on having access to critical minerals. As the country works to lower its carbon emissions and improve energy security, it's crucial to ensure a reliable supply of these essential minerals. The current global political landscape offers India a chance to benefit from more diverse supply chains. India's future economic success will depend on how effectively it uses its energy and mineral resources and adapts to the global move towards zero emissions. By taking a broad approach, diversifying sources, forming strategic partnerships, boosting domestic exploration, recycling, and investing in research and development, India can pave the way for a sustainable and resilient green energy future.
India has an opportunity to strengthen its international cooperation and partnerships through the strategic management of critical minerals. Well, viewers, that's all we had for you in this edition. Thanks for watching and stay tuned to Sansad TV. Goodbye for now from my side.
To watch more programs of Sansad TV, subscribe to our YouTube channel and don't forget to like and share them.